What's up everybody, I am Grant Burton, this is Games with Grant, and today I am streaming The Forgotten City yet again. So I've only played about an hour of this game. Reason for that is because my headphones were... well, not so much my headphones, but this game. Don't think it was designed with headphones in mind. I'm actually gonna just try speaking to someone again to double check that. Right now the headphones don't actually sound that bad. But I was getting like a real tinny echoey effect last time.
Feeling alright?
Oh, it's actually... yeah, it sounds alright now.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Yeah, okay. Maybe they've patched that or something.
Gladly.
I don't know. But yeah, the headphones
Well,
sound
come
perfectly
back
fine
if
now.
you get
For
sick
some
or
reason.
injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Right, I was about to warn you that if there's some sort of sound problems because I'm listening to it on my TV rather than through the headphones, but no, that's not the case anymore. Anyway, enough about the headphones, no one cares about the headphones. Let's see, where am I at again? Just to remind, because it's been a while. So, I've entered the Forgotten City. And so I've travelled thousands of years into the past. I'll need to find a way back to my original timeline, somehow. According to Sentius, I'll be flung back if I can create a time paradox. I need to change history that makes me being in the past impossible. For example, if I prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, then he'll never create the portal, and it'll be impossible for me to be in the past. So, I need to create a time paradox. That's my main goal. And there is a golden rule, anyone who commits a sin will turn to gold. And we know that by the end of the day, someone will do that. And I need to figure out who that person is. And I've got permission to do all of that. So, and then a bunch of optional things. So, suspect Lucretia, suspect Cynthia. Lucretia is... swore should kill Decius if he continued to withhold medicine. Cynthia is relaxed about the disappearance of her sister, and Demetrius is intimidating voters into voting for Meliodas. There's a lot to take in, a lot of information. So that's going to be tough for me to get around. Something's wrong at the Shrine of Apollo. So this is the one that I was actually suggested to do. Try to persuade Decius to hand over the Silphium resin. Okay? And we know that there's an election coming up. Malleolus is hoping to oust the Sentius, so I need to stop him. Otherwise, you know, Sentius won't be able to do anything. So, dig up some dirt on Malleolus. Naevia locked herself in the palace. So, I must be able to get into the palace somehow. Find treatment for rheumatism for a patient who is suffering. So I need to get to Naevia to get the solution or find another way. So these two are actually really connected. Demetrius has denied access to Meliodas' villa. I need to find a creative way to get inside. Okay. So that's the one I'm going to do now. And that's this guy here.
Salve.
Oh, what's that say? Oh, yes, the thief stole my purse and I heard... right.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Decius. Terrible shame what happened to you, dear. But we just have to carry on, don't we?
I need some Silphian resin.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
How How would I come up with 1,000
That's hardly my
denarii?
concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years?
Wow, okay, that's how much a denarii is, or how long it takes. That's a bit of a rip-off. You're price gouging over life-saving medicine? What is wrong
Oh,
with
it's
you?
perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it. Hear what?
Did you hear that? That whisper.
You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. We don't want another Navia on our hands.
What happened to
She claimed
Navia?
the statues were whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this Silphium or not?
How about I just take it
Well,
instead?
if you did that, you'd break the golden rule and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here. Is that what you want?
Is that what you want? If not, hand them over.
Do
now.
you think I don't know a bluff when I see one? Nice try.
Okay.
Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
What's
You
your
mean, how did I
story?
end up here? That is a lengthy tale.
Let's
Right.
hear it.
Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, hoping to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing for a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
He talks really quick. And he also has a very distinct English accent, which is odd.
Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber. No, I dived in after it, of course. Aren't you paying attention? That was a bloody fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank not far from here with nothing in the world but a single silver coin.
Sounds like you got what
I
you
couldn't
deserved.
agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
Do you know a way out
I'm
of here?
afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking.
Thanks, I'll keep an eye out for them. What do you think about the golden
Terrible
rule?
for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
Hasn't the magistrate banned
Oh,
weapons?
well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
I'll see what
Thank
I
you,
can do.
friend.
Who are you going to vote for?
Malleolus. I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
I'd like you to vote for Sentius.
Not going to happen. Very
I'll
well.
be going now.
Another time.
Right, so that's that. What does it want me to do now? Steal the Sylvian resin from his stall. Right, well I'm not going to do that just yet because that's bad. The front door is locked, right, so... Right, I say I just look around now. Talk to people.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
My nation doesn't exist yet. I'm from beyond the edge of the known world.
Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
What's
My
your story?
How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum.
Why set up a tailor shop
You
here?
mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all?
Yes, more or
I'll
less.
tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Fair enough. How did you end up here?
A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself.
Why don't you tell me what you do remember?
I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa.
So you floated down the Tiber?
Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am.
Let's
Anything
talk about
you like.
something else. Because Georgius is not all that interesting.
Not
Do you
so
know a way out
loud.
of here?
What are you playing at?
Sorry, did I say the wrong
Have
thing?
you not been told about the last attempt? Oh,
The last attempt?
then I suppose this duty falls to me. Ah, it is a long story.
Why
Of
don't you
course,
tell
the
me?
first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out.
I can do
I
that?
admire your enthusiasm, my friend, but please allow me to explain why this is inadvisable. There was an attempt made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place, and so I say it is best to not even discuss it aloud.
Got it, thanks. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate.
Why do you say that?
Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands until at last the other gods were forced to act, lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this rule. This has always been the case. The Golden Rule has merely brought it into focus.
What can we do about
To
it?
survive, I say we must each heed the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, "Avoid doing what you would blame others for doing."
Sounds simple enough.
Doesn't it? But it is not enough for us to do this alone. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough. Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act.
That's a pessimistic view of
It is not all
things.
bad, my friend, because it is this fragility which makes life so precious. But on a lighter note, I will say one thing for the Golden Rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing, do they not?
Who are you
That,
gonna
my
vote
friend,
for?
is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus. I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way.
Anything I can do to
Nothing
change that?
comes to my mind, my friend. I hope that our
I'll be
paths
going
cross
now.
again soon, my friend.
Right, I keep pressing the back button instead of Y for the menu. So, a bow could be useful. So I need to get into the villa. Or the palace. A bottle of Synthium resin, an extremely valuable ancient Roman remedy for various afflictions. I'm gonna leave that for now. There isn't a day or night cycle in this game, is there? I know it's a
Help!
dope.
You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's going to break the Golden Rule.
This will prioritize new quest showing its objective markers only. I'll see what I can do. How? I don't have a weapon.
None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm. So now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just have to
Oh,
improvise.
he has a bow. I'll
Thank
get
you.
right on it.
He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
Why?
Hear what?
Did you hear that? I heard a voice whisper,
What?
no.
We don't have time for this. I have to go.
Never mind, I don't know why I said that. Right, I don't know why I have to meet her at all afterwards. Oh, and my whole game is frozen. Oh crap, that's unfortunate. Beware, shrine may collapse at any moment, okay. Yeah, well, I don't think I'll be meeting her.
Oh gods, she's dead! Did anyone see that? The whole shrine just collapsed on her! Oh Fabia, why did you have to go in there? Poor sweet girl! I can't believe she is dead. Fabia, I mean. She walked into that empty shrine, and the next moment she is lying dead under a pile of rubble. The gods are cruel and unjust. She was like a daughter to me. I'm sorry, friend. It's not right for me
Daughter?
to lay my burden upon you.
She seemed quite old, to be honest. Well, alright. It is what it is. I'll know on the next time loop that maybe I should prevent her going there. Because she seemed to know some stuff.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
I don't know a Quinctius.
I'm not sure I believe that, so allow me to explain something to you. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quinctius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood?
It is, but I've got to say the voice acting here is not good.
Thank you. Now tell me, who are you people, and what is this place?
We're just a small community of strangers who wound up here by accident.
A small community. Ha! I was told Quinctius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult.
Wait, what? You got the wrong idea, we're not
You
cultists.
say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret?
I'm still looking for a way out. We're not keeping it a secret, we're all trapped
So
in
you
here.
admit you're not allowed to leave?
We can't leave. Well, yes. It's not that we're not allowed to leave, we physically can't leave, there's no way out.
Threatening me is not going to help you. But in any case, that sounds an awful lot like a cult to me. And I saw the inscription
Didn't
saying,
sound at all
the
like a
many shall
threat,
suffer
but-
for the sins of the one. I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe?
Yes, because it's true.
You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues?
There were once people who were turned to gold as
You lot are
punishment.
practicing human sacrifice too. You people disgust me.
We didn't turn them to gold, God did it, and we don't know which one. You're distorting what I said.
Because I'm the real villain here. It's all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra, the human sacrifice. You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quinctius is. Do not waste it.
What can you tell me about Quinctius? What is going to take you to let this go? Gold? Take all the gold you want. I wouldn't help you even though I have no idea who or where he is.
Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words?
You said you wouldn't kill me if I told you the truth. Jesus Christ, you're an idiot. If you fire that arrow, everyone here is going to die. You have no idea what you're in for.
As a matter of fact, I do. Once I'm done with you and Quintius, I intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, so that... Whoa, what are you firing at me for? Can I not run? Is there no way to run? Ah, yes, I can. Well, that's good to know. Oh. Have I took a wrong turn somewhere? I believe I have. Oh, well, that sucks. Although there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. If I can sprint through here, find it. Oh, crap. Oh crap. I didn't realize there was like a combat element to this game. This is quite surprising. Oh, this is not looking good. I'm here. Huh? Going all Doctor Who again. Looper. Right. Now what? Gotta select a new objective. Intruder, what's that? How to neutralize the armed man, okay.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
I'm Grant, and we've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Your name is Galerius, and you're about to offer to take me to see Sentius so you can tell me about the Golden Rule.
Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you.
No problem, I have to go.
Since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
Okay, what the hell is that? A zipline, oh wow. Okay. Why are you giving me a zipline?
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking. And if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself. But don't worry, it's completely safe. Probably.
Thanks, I'll be going now.
See you around.
Okay. So I can zipline now. That's interesting. That's what I want to have a look at over there. I guess I can only zipline one way. Oh, there we go. It works. Woman.
Don't you just love springtime?
Okay, can't get by that door. Thing is, there's already a lot of people turned to gold, I've noticed. What's this? The Myth of the Golden Rule by Duratas the Younger. As per our custom, I shall begin by paying my respects to the god responsible for this city. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves our admiration, but here I must depart from custom. For his attempt at imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching, and deserving of our contempt. That means I just adjust the Twitch. So I want to go up here because it seemed like there was some sort of torture thing going on. Looking before, I think that it's already turned to gold, so not great, but oh, I can just take that denarius, not stealing. Where the hell am I going? Should I be heading this way? What's he running from? This place is a lot bigger than I thought. Denarius and a bottle of wine. The last bottle of wine in the city. Okay, I'll have that. Here's a question. Do you keep items after the time loop, or do you have to get them back? So that bottle of wine, for example, I'm sure that's going to pop up at some point. If I were to die or go through the time loop again, will I then have to look for the bottle of wine again? A note from Livia. The place is called Accursed. Her Hitios offers up his innards to be torn, stretched out over 9 fields. You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp at eludes you. You, Sisyphus, attack on, pursue the stone that always returns. Ixion turns up and follows after himself and flees, and the 49 Belides who dared to plot the destruction of their cousin. Right, that's really hard to read. Cryptic, almost poetic rambling from Livia. Right, okay, I'm glad that it's not just me. The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Is this city built on top of an old city? Is that what I'm exploring here? More denarius, arrows, And even more wine. So it's not possibly the last bottle of wine that I picked up because I've got 2 of them. Oh, hello. Is this where all the weapons are being thrown in? That could be worth exploring. Don't know if I can swim in the game or not though. This is a nice place. Some cabbages, yeah, and lettuce. Oh yeah, there are some stairs to go in there. Pathetic little jump. Denarius. Let's look around. Are there weapons down here? Am I in the right place? Or am I thinking somewhere else? No, how disappointing. There's something over there, like. No, just butterflies. Okay then. A nice little place, but not all that important, I don't think. How much denarius do I have? 502. I like how the game's just letting me like explore as much as I want to go and try out different things.
Here is proof of a degenerate mind. What is it, citizen? All right?
What's this guy? Surely this is a better place he can be doing this. Instead of in the middle of a street. Oh, he's a gladiator.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day.
What's your story?
Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
Why are you just like
Why?
a gladiator?
Because I am a gladiator. That's why.
Okay, but you're nowhere near an
You
arena.
want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners.
I'd like to meet
Too bad.
Malleolus.
He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it. I'm glad
Afford
you
what?
asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Alright, what do you
Dunno.
want?
Something good.
Isn't soliciting bribes a sin?
That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
I'll see what I can
Just
do.
make it good.
Do you know a way
When
out of here?
Malleolus wins the election, yeah? This place will change. You won't even want to leave. You'll see.
What do you think about the
I
golden
think
rule?
it's gone on long enough. And Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
Sounds great. Can I help in some way? How's he going
He's
to do
going to
that?
announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
Why can't you tell me
Because
now?
if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that.
I'm not sure
Old
I
man
believe that.
Sentius got you already, did he? Well, I'm not talking to people in his faction. Confatuare. Os in Coolio mio.
Okay, I guess I'm ruled out of talking to him. Sentius and Malleolus, same excrement, different smell. Okay, so I can't just walk in. This does remind me of something I want to try. Oh, I can climb over here, it seems. The jumping in this game, not good. Oh crap, oh, that was close. I'm not sure if I should go down yet. I think it's too late now though. Right, I want to talk to this woman now.
Oh, don't
see
mind
if I can
me.
do a bit better.
I just live here. Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
You know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent God would let my sister go missing on his or her watch?
Maybe it's best if you don't go insulting gods just in case.
Did you
Fair
hear
question.
that? Curse you, you coward! Where is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought.
Well, at least we know the blasphemy
I'm
doesn't break the
telling
Golden
you,
Rule.
this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving.
I suppose we'll find out sooner or later.
I suppose we will. I trust you
I'll be
can
going
see
now.
yourself out.
Okay, so she doesn't actually have anything interesting to say. See if this guy's got anything new.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Grant, and we've had this conversation before.
Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the Golden Rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over. Is that about right? If so, what happened?
I couldn't stop it from being broken.
I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time. Now, I assume you've sought me out again for a reason. Thank you.
No,
I'll
not
be
really.
waiting here for news.
Right, I'm going to adjust the settings yet again because I've changed the settings on my TV. Because I've just realised that there's no HDR in this game, so the settings were wrong. I thought it was in HDR, turns out it's not, it was actually just in standard, so I had to change it to game mode. And now everything's a bit more colourful. Oh, no. Oh wow, you can... Didn't realise you could do that. No.
reason.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla.
Hey, Horatius. How's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work. I'm stoic, remember?
If the old man couldn't even keep his own daughter safe, how can anyone trust him to keep us safe, eh?
Why do I get the feeling you lot had something to do with Scintilla's disappearance?
That's it. Blame everyone but yourself.
If I find out you did something to that poor sweet girl, not even the Golden Rule is gonna protect you. Got it?
Ha! As if I'd be afraid of you, little man.
Okay. It's nice to see that the
Hey,
characters do interact with
You're
one
not
another.
thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Yes,
Nobody's
why?
told you about Hannibal? Ugh, why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent.
And he ate
Used to
people.
go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground, and hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie, I saw a creature. Like the
Wow,
corpse
very
of a
vague.
man who'd been flayed, and it was eating Hannibal.
What did you do?
What any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
That was a great story, but I'm still going
Without a
down there.
weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
Right, I keep pressing the wrong button and it's getting on my nerves. Oh, wow. Right, I guess I have to leave. Alright, what we got in here? So far, I'm really intrigued by the whole mystery of it all. I like the investigation side of things. So nobody or thing here. I like how there's like a puzzle element to everything as well. How you want to go do one thing, but you gotta go do another thing first, and then to do that, you gotta go do something else. I'm hoping they do all like connect and link up in some way. Well, maybe not all of them, but. Right, what the hell's the point in this building?
Oh! On your best behavior, I trust.
Majestic. A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
What's your story?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
Sorry, what should I have done?
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office. by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
How did you end up here?
I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did
that's
you
weird.
end up here?
A young woman named Karen dragged me out of a river unconscious and sent me in here.
You say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you?
It's an older name, but not uncommon where I'm from.
Older. I see. I wonder if... No.
What were you going to say?
I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
A lot to do with the River Tiber, I'll tell you that.
Good. Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
I may have already noticed a pattern.
Then what is it?
Some people mentioned a river.
I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else?
Some people mentioned memory lapses.
I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. What else?
Some people mentioned an encounter with a stranger on the riverbank.
Yes, I also had such an encounter. It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. You mentioned earlier, you met a young woman in the forest named Karen, yes? I see.
That's right.
And was this Karen, by any chance, wearing a hood?
She was wearing a hoodie. How could you have known that?
I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
Okay, it's not safe in there. An assassin just arrived.
What? How could you know that? And why are you talking to me instead of doing something about it? Please, go and stop him, and come back to me once we're no longer in danger. Let me know when you've cleared the way to the baths.
Alright, well that was an interesting conversation while it lasts.
As always, priestess.
Any news about Centilla, Navia, or Kabash?
No sign of any of them, I'm afraid. But we do have a newcomer. Strangely dressed fella. Funny accent, too.
A traveller from a faraway land, then?
Seems that way.
Then let's make sure he feels welcome, shall we?
Of course, priestess.
Oh yes, let's have a look at my inventory. So yeah, it does keep all my inventory, that's cool. Wait, no. I haven't died since, have I? Yeah, never mind. This place is dense, there's a lot of layers to it. A lot of little alcoves and alternate ways. Struggling to decide which way to go first. Oh, it's this guy.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. Whatever.
I'm locking myself in. Don't try to follow me. Nothing good will come of it. Navia. So this is the palace I have to sneak into. go to Palace, I had to find a sneaky way into Rava. Huh. Can't climb up there, can I? Oh, can I go over here? No, it's not letting me. Oh, that's annoying. Invisible walls. Didn't expect that. Must have to go underneath it somehow. A tunnel, perhaps. Oh, hello. What's this? Another invisible wall. I think this is going to take me around in a big circle, back to where the magistrate lives, roughly. No, another invisible wall.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
I'm fine, thanks.
Ah, another stoic, perhaps. We all need something to help us through times like these. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the Golden Rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned.
What's your
Here,
story?
in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labour for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose.
How did you end up here?
Much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge. We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but unfortunately, there were a lot of desperate people, and they boarded before we could depart. A scuffle broke out, and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water, rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place.
So, it seems there's something wrong with the River Tiber.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me.
God? Don't you mean the
yes,
gods?
Of course. A slip of the tongue.
Oh, that's interesting. Have all these people been here? Are all these people like me from the future?
If you like.
Do you know a way out of
I'm
here?
afraid not. Although I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock in such rumours, but if you're desperate and wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate.
Thanks,
I hope
I'll
it
look
works
into
out.
Yeah, that would be really interesting if they're not actually all from this time period.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin?
I don't think so. I think people are fundamentally good. Seems that way to me.
If that's true, then sooner or later, things are going to end badly for all of us down here. Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention.
Oh, there's going to be some intervention, alright.
I wish I shared your faith.
So you're a Christian?
Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here, but things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our emperor decided to make us his scapegoats. There were executions. It was horrible.
Your secret's safe with me.
Thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that.
Okay, so I might have been looking way too much into it with the whole not from this time period
All right,
thing.
well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no.
Hello?
No. No. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Should just assume I know how to do it? Do you think his suicide would break the golden rule?
I don't know, but it's a crime for slaves to take their own lives. And a debt bondsman isn't far off.
Alright, I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
Ulpius, can we
Let
talk?
me guess. You're going to lecture me on how suicide is a crime against the Empire.
I was just going to ask you what's wrong. No, I think you have the right to die if you're suffering badly
You're not
enough.
going to trick me. I'm no coward. I intend to go through with it.
I just think there are reasons to stay
Like
alive.
what? I'm stuck slaving away for that culus cumulatis for the rest of my life. What do I have to live for?
Maybe you
You're
can
just
be
saying
friends.
that to buy time. You must think I'm an idiot. I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Oh well, that didn't work.
I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb.
His suicide didn't break the golden rule. What does
Well,
that mean?
I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. So I guess that means whichever god is responsible for it. It isn't mine.
Was that
That
my
was
fault?
not your fault. There's no way you could have given him what he wanted, moments after you arrived. I'll have to let
What
everyone
happens
know
now?
what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
And with that, I am going to adjust the Twitch overlay, whoop, and back to it. Oh, missing piece. It seems somebody removed a plaque from here. I'll need to find it to decipher the meaning of the obelisk. How can we pass this test if we don't know the rules? No, I will go the other way because that way is quicker. Could have ziplined there, I realise now. I feel like these butterflies are going to be symbolic or something. I don't want to be down here. Come on, get me up. There we go. Where am I? Because this is not where I thought it was going to take me. I'm not back to the beginning, am I? I am. Oh, okay. That's a little surprising. I thought it was somewhere completely else, different. How much do I know? Oh, I can afford that salve now. Or whatever it was. That really wasn't that hard to find that money. A Roman recipe for bread. Don't know why. Well, okay. I like how there's a bit of like a history lesson thing going on with this
Whatever's
game.
in that
That's
great
there as like an
temple up there
optional
on the
thing.
bluff. I bet it's worth a full. Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius.
I need some silphium
Certainly.
resin.
All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
Fine, here's 1,000 denarii.
You have it. I'm impressed.
Bottle of silphium resin.
Pleasure doing business. Can I help you with anything else? Very well.
I'll be going
Another
now.
time.
A list of things Dacius plans to buy once he's escaped. A villa, horse chariot, seat on the Senate, well, okay. 4 horse chariot, villa on the Bay of Naples, 10 horse chariot, wow. Okay, yeah, he likes his chariots. Oh, and he's already nicked off.
Salve.
I should probably have followed him. Oh no, he's just there.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culus cumulatus Decius won't give it to me.
I have Silphium resin. Here, take it.
What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully, in a moment, she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing, and at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Honestly, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Ah, look, if you don't want to tell me, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. But no matter. That was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need. I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half. Just don't get... Sure. Gladly. That's a shame. Thanks again.
Right, okay, that's one thing done.
Salve.
I know, insinuating that Virgil is a sinner. Okay.
Ah, a new face. Salve.
Oh, a very
and
modern
welcome to a
haircut
little
there.
community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. I'm glad you arrived when you did.
What's your
Well, I'm an
story?
architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people, that kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
Tell me about the city's
Oh, I'm
history.
glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
What does that mean? Isn't it common for Romans to copy Greek art and architecture?
Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
Tell me about the city's
Gladly.
architecture.
Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm.
You know when you regret asking a question? That's what I'm currently going through right now. If they bring water into the city, could we use them
Hey,
to escape?
not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it.
Figure out how to get into the upper cistern. Tell me about the temple up on
You
the
mean
bluff.
the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know. Of course.
Let's talk about something else. Something more interesting. Well, we've already
You
kind of
wouldn't
discussed
believe
that
how
way.
often the new ones ask that question. But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the Golden Rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway. Oh,
What
I
do you
just
mean?
mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Noviomagus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans.
What do you think about the
Some
Golden
people
Rule?
say it's divine, the work of a god, but I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you?
I think so, yes.
Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power. And it seems leaving may not be an option.
How do you remove a god from
Good
power?
question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you'll give it some thought.
I noticed the graffiti. Why does someone think
Look,
you're a
I
sinner?
haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
You like
Hey,
men?
nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
I'm
Nice
sorry
of
to
you
hear
say,
that.
but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least, I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Do you know who's writing the graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. so I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Cultists?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one God, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Let me look into it for you.
Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
I'll get
Come
right
back
on
and
it.
let me know what you find. Any news about my secret admirer? Oh, that's
Not
all
yet,
right.
I'm still looking at it.
I'm sure it'll take time. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Who are you gonna vote for?
Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision.
Anything I do to
My
change
vote
that?
isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking. Nice to
Right,
talk to
I'll
you.
be going now.
This area is private. Please leave.
Right, why have I got to talk to this guy again?
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it. Ah, back again, I see.
Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
I don't, I'm afraid. But I did overhear Fabia telling
Make sure you
Georgius
stay away
she saw
from that
something.
empty shrine.
She was headed
It's
to the
going to
baths not long
collapse at
ago.
any moment.
Very well. Another time.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings, I'm Georgius.
I know, you want to know where I'm from, but I really just want to ask
My
you some
friend,
questions.
your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well, ask me what you will.
Any idea who's threatening
This is
Virgil?
troubling, is it not? I'm afraid I have no idea. It is ridiculous though, Virgil is a fine man. But my young friend Fabia confided in me that she saw someone leaving graffiti on his shop front last night. Perhaps you should ask her about it.
Okay, I don't think
I
I've met
hope that our
Fabia
paths
yet.
cross again soon, my friend.
It's hard to keep track of all these people, but yeah. Ah, it's Fabia, this woman. Okay.
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the bath. You have to do...
Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
Are you serious? This is an emergency. Are you going to help or not?
I'll see
Thank
what I
you.
can do.
He's still in there. I have to hide.
No, do not go in there.
Why?
Just trust me.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Right, so I've saved her life, that's good, but I still can't go that way really because... Unless I can find a way to talk down the guy with the bow. There's nothing really there for me.
Shh, Did you stop him?
Not yet.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know why she expects me to do that. We've only just met, and I clearly don't have a weapon. Right, is there anything in here? Greek statue, probably of the goddess to whom this temple is dedicated. A little Greek resident knows more. Oh, a hidden door. Okay, where does this go? This is interesting. I can hear a waterfall or something. Right. It's not letting me drop down there. Right, where am I? I am completely underground now. Discover what lies beneath the city. A Greek plaque which translates to, "The man shall suffer for the sins of the one."
Ah, a visitor. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
I'm Grant. You
It is
first.
best you do not know my name, for merely to speak of my existence in the city above could bring destruction on you all. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
I found this place by
Then
accident.
perhaps the fates brought you here to learn the secrets of this place. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I've been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question.
A lot of assumptions being
Have
thrown
you
my way.
deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
Not yet.
You have much to learn. It's best if you figure it out on your own. Come back once you've made progress.
I'd really like you to tell
You
me.
should speak with your contemporaries in the city above. Ask them about their stories and see if you detect a pattern of some sort. It is best if you come to this realization for yourself. You would never believe me if I told you.
Okay. Let's have a look around here first. Oh, that's a bathtub. It looks. I thought it was a chair. Or a bed. It's a locked door. Can't go through there. I'm going in the water just to see if there's anything here. Water's not that deep.
Ah, you've returned.
No, I've literally just walked around the room a bit. Right, so what's here? It's just another way out. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay. And with that, I am going to end this stream there. I will continue my stream of The Forgotten City probably next Tuesday. I'm currently playing Guardians of the Galaxy, so actually I'm near the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. Once I finish that game, I could continue this stream. Yeah, so I could come back earlier than next Tuesday, but I can't guarantee it. But anyway, I will be back at some point, at the latest next Tuesday. If you've liked this stream or any of my content, give me a follow. Twitch.tv/the_Grant_Burton.
I'm sad. Am I going to die in here?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
I hope so. Galerius, what happens when you die?
You're not going to die anytime soon, Dooley.
My mother told me, when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river and your spirit lives on in the underworld. Is that true?
Well, yes, but...
Is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, but if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
Something like that, but...
If I die and go to Tartarus, because they say I've been bad.
I'm not going to let that happen to you, Dooley. I promise.
Thank you, Galerius. Thank you.
Now, I have more work to do, but I'll visit you again soon, alright?
Alright, Galerius. See you then.
Anyway, subscribe to my video game YouTube channel, that's Games with Grant on YouTube, or my film and TV YouTube channel, that's Grant Burton on YouTube. I have just uploaded a video review of Eternals, my new Marvel movie. I have missed thoughts on that film, but overall I enjoyed it. You can check out my full review there. Written, edited, and voice narrated by me. So Games with Grant on YouTube, _Grant Burton on Twitch, Grant Burton on YouTube, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _Grant Burton. You see all the connections there? It's my name, Grant Burton, sometimes with a "the" in front. Otherwise, this has been The Forgotten City, and thanks for watching. Oh, best wait for it to save before I do anything.